Welcome back to another class on Gemara Journey with Rashi. We are in Masechet Berachot Daf Amud Bet. This will be part 4 of the shiur. Today we want to see how to do mitzvot to the fullest. We're going to have over here 7 points for each one that when you're doing it, you are able to go ahead and receive the reward to the fullest. Now, let me just try to explain what is going to be going on over here so people don't misunderstand this piece of Gemara. We're going to see the Gemara is going to begin off and it's going to start saying like this. The main reward for listening to Torah from a Chacham is the running. Again, we're going to see Rabbi Zer is going to open up and he's going to say the main reward a person gets for going to listen to Torah from a Talmud Chacham is the running part. You might ask yourself a question. I don't get it. What about the learning? Rashi is going to explain, since majority of people are not able to understand when a Talmud Chacham speaks, and they're not able to repeat everything that he says after some time, so therefore they cannot get the main reward for that. But you're right, had they been able to understand it and repeat it, that would have been the main reward. But since they're not able to, that's why that's not the main reward, but the main reward is the running. You might ask yourself another question. What about for learning Torah? We know Talmud Torah Kedek Kulam. That in itself should be the main reward. So we're going to see over here that when it comes to learning Torah, you're going to get a reward. But that's not the main reward. I will explain what I mean. We'll start seeing today, Bezrat Hashem B'Leneder, whenever we're going to say the main reward, meaning that is the highest form of reward that one is able to get in doing that mitzvah. For example, the main reward for listening to a Torah from a Chacham is the running. Let me explain. For learning Torah, you're going to get reward, base reward. For running, that is the main reward. What does that mean? When a person goes to learn Torah from a Talmud Chacham or a rabbi who is a Talmud Chacham, if he's walking to shul, taking his time, all right, here we go, I have to go again, I have to learn Torah, he's not getting reward. The main reward when you go to listen to Torah from a Talmud Chacham is the running part. So if that is the main reward, you want to run in order for you to be able to get that reward. That is the highest form of reward is the running. What about learning Torah with the Talmud Chacham? Since we'll see Rashi is going to explain, not everybody is able to understand when Talmud Chacham speak. Therefore, you're going to get reward, you're going to get the base reward, but in this mitzvah, in this context of the mitzvah, the main reward will be the running. I'll give you another example. If you look into number 5, we're going to see the main reward for fasting is the charity that one gives to the poor. Now, what are you saying? That's only if you give charity to the poor, then you're getting rewarded? No. That is the main reward of a fast. Yes, of course, if you're fasting, you're getting the base reward for fasting. But the primary reward in a fast is the charity that one gives to the poor. Another one. Number 7. The main reward for attending a wedding is the words one says to the Khatan. 1 second. Attending a wedding, what? That's not a mitzvah? Of course it's a mitzvah. You're going to get the base reward. But if you want to get the main reward in attending a wedding, you want to go up to the Khatan and you want to tell him how lucky he is to get married. You want to give him words of chizuk and so on and so forth. You want to be misameh Khatan. You want to gladden the Khatan. So I'm just showing you over here, Rabotai, whenever we speak about the main reward, it doesn't mean that you're not getting the reward for the other thing that you're doing. No, you're going to get the reward, which is the base reward. But you also have the main reward. From the main reward, we're also going to be able to learn out how a person go ahead about doing mitzvot the best possible way. If you have an opportunity to go to shul by walking, meaning by taking your time, versus running, you want to run. If we'll see also, if you want to go ahead and when it comes to learning Torah, in particular, halakha, we'll see, you can learn halakha through Yalkut Yosef or Ben Ish Chai and so on and so forth. In the English version, even the Hebrew version, whatever you want, you're gonna get the reward. That is the base reward. Because Talmud Torah, when you learn Torah, you're getting mitzvot. But the main reward, if you want to get the main reward when it comes to learning Torah, if you want to upgrade in your reward, you have to do it through exertion and understanding. Rabotai, I'm not talking about Shalom Bayit class, I'm not talking about Musar class, I'm not speaking about story classes. Some of them are not even learning at all. Just because they mention Hashem's name doesn't mean that that's learning. We're speaking about right over here, mamish real learning. Gemara, Halacha, Mishnah, Chumash, Navi. Mamish real learning that goes into it. Even when you can have Musar, but again, when you're learning the Musar, how are you learning that Musar? Are you reading 10 pages from one book in 1 week, or are you on one concept a whole week, where it's able to become part of you? Bottom line, we're going to see B'ezrat Hashem B'Neder today. There's such a thing that you're able to go ahead and get the base reward you're going to get. But in doing that the mitzvah, you also have something which is the main reward. So you're going to get the base reward, but you also want to try to get the main reward. I'll give you this next one, number 2. So let's go down and we'll do each one, and then we'll see it inside the Gemara. So let me start again from the first one. The main reward for listening to Torah from a Chacham is the running. You're getting base reward for learning Torah, but if you want to get the main reward, you want to run to listen to Torah from the Chacham. Number 2, the main reward for coming to shul the week before the holiday, like for example, now Shabbat HaGadol is coming right before Pesach. The week before Pesach is Shabbat HaGadol. The rabbi is going to gather the people. He's going to tell them how to make the place kosher, how to lead the seder, all the halachot of Pesach. Over there, for coming to shul the week before the holiday, when you're going to be learning with the rabbi, you're going to get the base reward for learning Torah. But since you're not going to be able to understand fully what the rabbi is saying, we're going to tell you the main reward. If you're going to be sitting in a crowded area, that's going to be the main reward that you're getting in listening to a shiur the week before the holiday from the rabbi in a crowded synagogue. Since it's uncomfortable, that is the main reward. So you're getting the main reward of feeling uncomfortable, but at the same time you're getting the base reward. But remember, had you been able to go ahead and learn and understand and be able to repeat it, as Rashi is going to say, we'll see this, then that is the main reward. So I'll put it to you like this. All right, let's go to number 3. That's what number 3 is. When it comes to learning Torah in per se halacha, or even Gemara, but we'll see the Rashi Shamatata, which is the halacha. The main reward for learning Torah, when it comes to halacha, is not just to read the halacha. Yeah, you get a reward for learning halacha. You get a reward for learning Torah. But the main reward when it comes to learning Torah, meaning halacha, is the exertion and understanding that goes into it. Breaking your head, that is the main reward. So it's up to you, Rabotai. You want to get, again, you know something? Let me go back. A person goes to listen to Torah from a Chacham. He didn't run. Good, he got the base reward. He didn't get the main reward. A person went to shul the week before the holiday. Yeah, he got the base reward, but he didn't get the main reward because he went to shul, there's only 5 people. He didn't go to crowd shul. He's not going to get the main reward of this point. A person was learning Torah, he was reading Yalkut Yosef, I don't know, he was reading, simple things, simple. He wasn't breaking his head. Good, you got the base reward. You didn't get the main reward. You understand this is working? You have the base reward and you have the main reward. Rabotai, the option is yours. Can you imagine going to a shiur and sitting there and knowing the whole time all you're doing is getting the base, the minimum? That's what Rashi says. I've said it before. In Parshat Bechukotai, if you're going to go in my chok, if you're going to go in my statutes, Hashem says, I'm going to give you the rain and the time and so on and so forth. Rashi says, in order to have blessing in one's life, if you're going to be toiling in Torah, then you got the brachot. Rabotai, the base reward you're going to get, but don't expect from that type of learning or coming to shul or one of these points, don't think just by learning a stam, that's going to bring you barachot. No, you're getting reward. But in order to get the main reward, you got to do other things also. Now, number 4. The main reward for being in a mourner's house is being silent. Again, same concept over here. Do you want to say that if a person goes to a mourner's house to be menachem aval, to comfort the mourner, if he's going to start speaking first, do you want to tell me that he didn't do the mitzvah of menachem aval? No, of course he did the mitzvah of comforting the mourners. He got the base reward. But when he's silent, that is the main reward in being in the mourner's house. Number 5, we spoke about number 5. We'll do it again. The main reward for fasting is charity that one gives to the poor. That means a person who fasted gets the base reward for fasting, but if you want to get the main reward when it comes to a fast, you want to give charity. You didn't give charity, you're not going to get the main reward, you're only going to get the base reward. See, Rabotai, how all this works? Number 6, the main reward when it comes for eulogy, when a person is eulogizing Chas v'shalom lo aleinu, somebody that died, when he's eulogizing, of course he's going to get the reward, but the main reward that he's going to get, if he's going to make people listening to him cry. We'll see Rashi is going to say he's going to have to go ahead and he has to say it in a voice that's going to awaken the hearts of people. So let's say a person went and he eulogized a certain person. Let's say Reuven went and he eulogized Shimon. He said, he was a nice guy. He donated a lot of money. Good. Did he do the mitzvah of eulogizing the person? Yes. Did he get the main reward for the eulogy? Absolutely not. He got a reward, but not the main reward. Why? Because he didn't make the people cry. He should have said it, he should have had a crying voice, basically. Number 7. The main reward for attending a wedding is the words that one is going to say to the chatan. Now, if a person goes to a wedding and doesn't come to the chatan and he's not misameh chatan with the words, by saying, you're so lucky, what a family, whatever the situation might be, making him feel uplifted. If you didn't do those words, you did the mitzvah of attending a wedding, you're going to get the base reward, but the main reward you're not going to get. Unless you're going to speak to him and you're going to tell him how lucky you are, then you're even going to get the main reward. Okay, Rabotai, now that we know this, let's go into the Gemara. Okay. Masechet Berachot Daf Amud Bet, like we mentioned before, part 4. Amr Rabbi Zera said, Agra de pirka rihata. The reward for attending a lecture from a Talmud Chacham is the running. Rashi says, again, I'm going to try to do this at a faster pace now, only because we already explained everything in depth. But I'll just read the Rashi and the Gemara. Agra de pirka, the reward for the pirka, what does that mean? Ikar kibul sachar briot. Here we go. That's what I want you to pay attention to. Ikar. Whenever you use the language agra, it means ikar, the main reward, okay? And that's, you're going to use this for all of them. Ikar kibul sachar briot, the main reward that the people receive. Haratzim l'shemoa derasha, that run to listen to a Torah lecture. Mipi chacham, from the mouth of the chacham. His chara miruta, the reward is running. Why should the reward be the main reward? What about learning Torah? No, that cannot be why. Because many of them, they don't understand what the Talmud Chacham is saying, to be able to establish the teaching, and to say the teaching from the mouth of their rabbi after some time. That they should receive the reward also, that they should receive also the main reward for learning Torah. Again, like we're saying over here, I need a few minutes, Mama. Come, you can sit right here. I love you. Come, sit over here, Mama. How was school? Baruch Hashem. So it comes out of it like this. What is Rashi telling us? Rashi is coming and he's telling us like this. Rashi is saying, right? Okay, right, all right. Since majority of the people, they're not able to understand what the rabbi is teaching them, and they're not going to be able to repeat it after some time, therefore I cannot tell you that they're going to go ahead and they're going to receive the main reward for that. Comes out of here, Rabotai, it's like this halakha, it's like number 3. That if a person, when he goes ahead and he learns Torah from a chacham, listen to this carefully, and he's able to understand what the chacham is saying, and he's able to repeat, from there you see that is the main reward. Again, you have the base reward, which is learning Torah. But if you go ahead and you start understanding and you're able to repeat it, that is the main reward. That's why we always emphasize to do chazarot. Don't just learn from everybody or anybody. You have to make sure you pick a Talmud Chacham or a rabbi that sits with you and he learns with you inside. You'll be able to understand, you'll be able to repeat it. But, Rabotai, if I'm sitting like this in a class and the rabbi is for 1 hour speaking, he gave me already 30 halachot, you think I'm able to remember everything? I'm not able to remember everything. That's why it's very important to learn everything inside. I'm telling you right now, Rabotai, you're getting the base reward. And the main reward for you will be the running. But the main reward will not be the learning of the Torah the way it's supposed to be done. Why? Because you're not learning it the way it is. You're only learning it just through listening. And you're not able to even understand it more. You're going to be able to repeat it again. So let's say this rashi one more time. Okay. Agra de pirka, the reward for the pirka, what does that mean? Ikar kibul sachar habriot, the main reward that people are going to receive, haratzim l'shmoa darasha, that run to listen to a Torah lecture, mipi hacham, from the mouth of the chacham, his chara miruta, is the reward for running. Why? Excuse me. Why is the main reward is for running? Because many of them, majority of them, do not understand what the Talmud Chacham is saying. To be able to establish the teaching, and to say this teaching from the mouth of the rabbi after some time, they're not able to do it. That they should go ahead and they should get the main reward for that learning. They're not able to do it, so therefore I cannot give them the main reward for that learning. So Amar Rabbi Zer said, Agra de pirka riyata. This is the first point. The main reward for listening to a Torah from a chacham is the running. You're getting the base reward of learning Torah, and the main reward is the running. Can you imagine about that? The main reward is the running. Why is the main reward the running? Because you don't have over here, since you're not able to understand and repeat what the Talmud Chacham is saying after some time, so therefore I cannot tell you that you're getting the main reward for learning Torah. Moving on to the next point. Point number 2. Amr Abaye said, Agra de kala duchuka. What does it mean, Agra de kala duchuka? Rashi says, Shabbat shilafnei haregel, Shabbat before the holiday, Shakol nesefim l'shmo hilchot haregel, that everybody gathers to listen to the laws of the holiday. This one, number 2. When people come to shul the week before the holiday, like now, Pesach is coming up, and Shabbat HaGadol the week before, you're going to go to shul to listen to the rabbi. What is he telling you? The reward that you're going to get when you listen to the rabbi is what again? Dechukah, the fact that the place is crowded and you're uncomfortable because a lot of people are coming and joining. That feeling of the place being crowded and is bothering you and it's uncomfortable, that is going to be your main reward when you're learning Torah. Again, you're getting the base reward for learning Torah. But since you're not able to understand everything fully and you're not able to repeat it, therefore the main reward is the place being crowded. So if you have an option to learn Torah where there's 10 people versus where there's 100 people, or to go learn Torah in a small room where there's 10 people versus a big room where there's 100 people and there's a lot of space, you want to go and you want to learn Torah in a crowded area. By learning Torah in a crowded area, at least you're getting the main reward of the place being crowded, even though, and you're also getting the base reward. Okay. So we see over here point number 2. For coming to shul the week before the holiday, by learning Torah, you're getting the base reward, but the main reward is being crowded in the synagogue. All right, let's continue next piece. Continues the Gemara says like this. Amar Rava said, Agra dishma'aita svara. Here we go. Third piece. The reward for one gets, the main reward that one is going to get for learning Torah, meaning the halakha, is the exertion and understanding that goes into it. So let's see the Rashi. Rashi says, Agra dishma'aita svara. The reward, the main reward that a person is going to get when it comes to learning halakha is the svara, is the logic, is the reasoning. Rashi says like this. Shehu yageya, he toils, vetorech, and he exerts himself, umechashev lahavin, and he tries to understand ta'amo shel davar, the reason of the thing. He wants to go ahead and he exerts to understand the halacha. Why is the halacha like that? Comes over here like this, Rabotai. When you're learning Torah, let's say in this case halacha, it could be Gemara also. When you're learning Torah without exertion, without really trying to understand the reasons behind what is being said, you get the base reward. The mitzvah is there, yeah, you're getting reward. But the main reward for learning Torah, in this particular case, is the halakha, is the exertion that one puts in to understand the reason behind it. So can you imagine learning Torah just to learn Torah without any exertion, without any understanding, without any life given to that law, to that Gemara or Mishnah or Chumash? Rabotai, you're missing, you're getting the base reward, but you're not getting the main reward that you could have gotten. Now you need to understand, Rabotai, there's a very big difference between base reward and main reward. By the base reward versus the main reward, I'll put it to you like this. Can you imagine a person, you have two people that are working out. One guy, he puts 9 hours a day in working out. The other guy, he puts 1 hour a day into working out. Now listen to this carefully. The guy that put 9 hours a day, are we going to give him base reward? Are we going to give him a base trophy? Or are we going to give him the main trophy? The guy that works out 9 hours a day, we're going to give him the main trophy. The guy that works out 1 hour a day, we're going to give him the base trophy. That's how it works, Rabotai. You're not going to give them the same trophy, correct? That's why a person who learns Torah, let's say in this situation, halakha, it could be Gemara also, but let's say in this situation it's halakha, you learn halakha just by reading it, without any exertion on your part, you're not working hard to understand it, no problem. You got the base reward for learning Torah, because learning Torah you get mitzvot. But you didn't get the main reward. In this learning Torah, you could have upgraded your reward by exerting. That's why it's very important to learn Torah inside. Exert, break yourself. That's where the reward, that's where the main reward comes from. Let's continue. Okay. Amar Rav Papa said, Agra de Betamya Shitikuta. The reward, the main reward a person gets by visiting a mourner's house is being silent. Right over here. Number 4. The main reward a person gets for being in a mourner's house is being silent. Again, like I explained earlier, you could come in and talk. You did the mitzvah of visiting, of doing menachem avol. You did the mitzvah of comforting the mourner. You did that mitzvah. But you didn't do the mitzvah the proper way. I mean, you got the base reward for attending the mourner's house, but you didn't get the main reward. Had you entered there and were quiet, you would have gotten the main reward. See, Rabotai, it's always working, so it's up to us to be able to receive the reward to the fullest ability, to the fullest capacity. That's why when you see the main reward, that is the highest form of reward you can do. Why miss out on it, Rabotai? Why settle for a trophy, which is base trophy, when you can settle for a nice and big trophy, Rabotai? Why settle for less? Okay, let's continue. Okay. Next piece. Amar Marzutra said, Agra de ta'anita tzidkata. The main reward a person gets for fasting is the charity that one gives to the poor. We'll see that in Rashi right now. Rashi says, Agra de tanita tzidkata, the main reward that a person gets for fasting is a tzedakah. Rashi says, Shenotnim tzedakah la'erev, that they would give tzedakah towards the evening, leparnasat ha'aniyim, in order to be able to sustain the poor people, she'it'anu hayom, that had fasted that day. So we see over here clearly, Rabotai, the main reward for fasting is giving charity to the poor. A person went ahead and he fasted on a fast day and he didn't give charity, you got the base reward, but you have missed the main reward. That's why it's very important to go ahead and give charity on a fast day. Continues the Gemara says, Amar Rav Sheshet said, Agra de hespeda daluye. The main reward for eulogy is daluye. What's daluye? Rashi says, laharim kol, to raise your voice. Biloshen nehi, in a tone of mourning, like in a crying way. Va'agbad nefesh, like in emotional anguish. Sheyifku hashum'im, in order for the people that are listening, they should cry. Comes Rav Sheshet, and Rav Sheshet says like this. Comes Rav Sheshet says, the main reward a person gets for a eulogy, when he's eulogizing, that if he goes ahead and he starts eulogizing in a crying voice, so he can awaken the other people, they should also cry. If you're able to do that, now you got the main reward. Oh, you didn't do this? Okay, you got the base reward for eulogizing a person, but you miss on the main reward. And Rabotai, this is how it is through all the mitzvot. You could do mitzvot lichatchila the best way, or be there with, okay, just to get it over with. The choice is yours. Amar Rav Ashi said, Agra de be hilule mile. The reward for attending a wedding is words. Rashi says, L'samech chatan b'dvarim, to make the chatan happy with words. Say good words to him. Number 7, the main reward for attending a wedding is the word that one says to the chatan. You attended the wedding, you gave him a nice envelope, yes. You were masamech chatan v'kala, or just attended it. He saw you, you added to his crowd. Yes, you were masamech chatan v'kala. You were. You're going to get the base reward. But the main reward in attending a chuppah, attending a wedding, is the word that you're going to say to the chatan. So Rabotai, we're going to conclude with this, but we see over here, the main reward for listening to Torah from a chacham is the running. Did you get the base reward for learning Torah? Yes. But the main reward is running. So you want to run to listen Torah from a chacham. Number 2, the main reward for coming to shul the week before the holiday, you want to be able to go to a place where it's crowded, because that's the main reward you're going to get from the fact that it's crowded over there. Did you get the reward for learning Torah? Yes, that's the base reward. But the main reward is being in a crowded place. Number 3, the main reward for learning Torah, over here the rashi is Shemaita, which is halakha per se, is the exertion and the understanding that goes into it. You didn't do this. Did you get the base reward? Yes, you did. But you missed the main reward. Number 4, the main reward for being in the mourner's house is being silent. You were not silent. You got the base reward, but you missed out on the main reward. Number 5, the main reward for fasting is charity that one gives to the poor. You did not give charity to the poor. You got the mitzvah for fasting, but you missed the main reward that you could have gotten in fasting on top of your base reward. Number 6, the main reward for eulogizing is that the people listening should cry. You didn't make them cry, you did the mitzvah of eulogy, but you didn't get the main reward. You got the base reward, but not the main reward. Last but not least, number 7, the main reward for attending a wedding is the words one is going to say to the chatan. Rabotai, have a great day. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen ve'amen.